As a dad of a pathologically demand avoidant child, how do you stay calm during aggressive episodes and not revert to consequences?
So first, I have to make a decision. I have to look at his aggression and determine whether or not it's crossing one of our boundaries. Specifically, is it impacting the health, wellness, safety of his sibling, his younger brother? Because if it is, then I do have to intervene. Now, that's not reverting to a consequence. I'm not doing that as a punishment or as a way to try and correct his behavior. I'm doing that because I need to protect my other son, his younger brother. But if it's not one of those situations, so for example, the other day we were driving, he was playing on his iPad in the back seat, he started losing, started having a panic attack, and then started, kicking the back of my seat. He's like kicking it really hard. He's screaming and crying, and then, in the end takes his iPad and like whips it down on the floor. In those moments, of course, like I do have a sort of feeling that I should say, cut it out, or, try and sort of tell him to stop. But I really have to I take a breath, I take a pause, and I remind myself that this is part of his disability. He's outside of his thinking brain right now. He's in that fight flight response. And I know that if I were to actually crack down in that moment and say, don't throw your iPad, I'm taking it away from you now, that would just push him even further into his survival brain and that fight flight panic that he's already in.